Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackieschwab and thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, thank you for choosing to watch me, and also please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you like what you see. So today I thought I would do a fun video on the color of the year, Pantene's color of the year, which is coral. It's a fun color, very bright, and I feel like coral is just bright and ready for action. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start to prime my face. What I am using is the E.L.F Tone Adjusting Face Primer. Go ahead and warm it up. So with primers, what I like to do is kind of warm it up and then put it into my skin. What you want to do is go ahead and just push upwards and get that product into your pores. I use the tone adjusting primer because, as you can see, I have a lot of redness. So I kind of like to blend that all over my face, let it sit for a minute. I'm also going to be going in with the Pore-fessional by Benefit Cosmetics. And this I like to use around my nose area. Your girl got pores. Just like to add that here and around the nose. Alrighty, so the foundation that I've been using, that I'm going to be using for this video, is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. This one is, it says it's a water foundation. It goes on really nicely. It's a nice little, I'm just going to go in with a flat foundation brush. I just like to go all over face and then kind of blend it in. Don't forget, when you are doing foundation, you want to bring it down onto your neck, and also if your hair is up or going to be behind your ears, you want to blend it onto the ear so that you don't look two-toned. I really like this foundation. It's very light. It's buildable coverage. It's worked really well with my skin. I haven't had like a lot of breakouts with it, and it does have SPF in it, SPF 15. It just goes on really smooth, and it's very nice. So how's everybody's New Year going? Did you already fail your New Year's resolution? If you did, you guys, you have the whole year. Let's be real. But don't get discouraged. If you had set a goal and you didn't live up to it, or you failed within that week, it's okay. Just keep on keeping on. And don't beat yourself up, because that's not going to help anything, and give yourself a break. That's one thing that I am really bad at with myself, is I'm very, very hard on myself. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which is not always the greatest thing. But I really didn't make any New Year's resolutions. I just kind of was like, do videos. I'm going to not worry about drama and other people and just live my life. And focus on my family, focus on my kids, focus on me. I need to do more self-care, self-love. That's one of the, I would say, the biggest things that a lot of people aren't focusing on. You're not focusing on you, and especially moms. I'm right here with you. I am so hard, like it's so hard for me to take care of myself. I can take care of everybody in my house. As moms, we are very hard on ourselves. You know, we just want to be, right. I want to be perfect. We just want to be everything for our children. Sometimes, you're going to be good to yourself. And that's something that I am trying to learn this year, is put yourself first, girl. So I'm going to start on my brows. I'm using the Precisely My Brow by Benefit Cosmetics. I'm in shade 3.5. Alrighty, so what I like to do first, I like to go on the bottom of my brow and kind of trace that part, as you can see right there. Make sure when you start, you want to go in with a light hand. Don't go too hard. You don't want to like be scribbling on your brow. You just want to make hair-like strokes. You want to add volume to the brow. Okay, Okay, then what I do after I get like the bottom shaped outlined, I just kind of run this through my brows just to add volume, and then just fill in any spots that you see are sparse. Sparse? What's the right one? Now once you get closer inwards to your brow right here, you kind of want to just do light strokes. Alright, so as you can see, we got one brow on. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Alright, let's start the other brow. Same thing, just kind of outline. So if you don't have like a basic guide of like where you are supposed to start on your brows, how high your arch is supposed to be, where your tail end is supposed to be, a little trick that I've learned is when you have either a brush or something that you're filling in with your brows, like you can take a pencil, a makeup brush, it doesn't matter. Take it on the side of your nose. It's usually where your beginning of your brow should be. If you go across where your eye is, it's going to be right where your arch. And then if you go to the lower part of your nose, at the end of your eye is where your tail should be. So that's kind of a little, little guideline to try to maybe, help. You can mark it kind of when you're doing it so you can just get like an idea and then just kind of go from there. I really recommend the Precisely My Brow Pencil. If you're a big fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills, that was my ride or die. Once Desi Perkins came out with a Bomb Ass Brows Kit by Benefit Cosmetics, I was like, bye! Have to try something new, and I actually am obsessed. Switch it up, try something new. You never know if you're gonna like it. And then in the front again, just kind of. And then just remember, with the brows together, they are sisters, they are not twins, you are not going to get them identical. If you do, then more power to you. Alright, so let's dip into the High Brow, which is also by Benefit Cosmetics. I just like to take this and kind of highlighting underneath your brow. Kind of gives your brow more of like a lifted, more kind of like cut. Looks so good. You can see it. Then like they look a little lifted. Shifted. Right. So the next thing that I'm gonna dip into is Tarte Shape Tape, shade Light Medium. And this definitely is one of my top favorites for concealer. Definitely hides the bags that are under my eyes. When I do concealer, I like to kind of get like this side of my nose to try to like snatch that bad boy in. Also, when I'm doing my concealer, I kind of like to just bring it down to where my bags are. Concealer, I like to let it sit. So I like to let that kind of set, let it melt into the face. And once I let it, kind of dry, let it sit, I like to go in with a beauty blender, and then you just want to gently pat. Do not go crazy with the beauty blender. Do not bam on your face, because what's going to happen? Wrinkles will happen. And who the hell wants wrinkles? Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that crap. Just go ahead and press it into the skin. Alrighty, so once you have all that done, what I also like to do is I like to take my beauty blender, coat my lids with the rest of it. This kind of like helps because my eyelids are like super red, but I don't like to pile it on, because then your whole like eye socket looks all white and you just look kind of crazy. But I just like to use, the rest of, if there's any concealer on it, just to kind of cover up my lid, so that when I go in with my eyeshadow, I already have somewhat of a primer. Alright, so I just got done with my concealer. What I'm going to do next is use some loose powder. And the powder that I'm going to be using is the E.L.F Soft Luminous powder. That I just like to get like a good amount and kind of just tap it. And this will help to fill in, you know, because I get creases under my eye. And this kind of the powder helps to fill in those spaces. Whatever, you know, boom. So I'm just gonna let it sit. And the brush that I was using for the powder is an E.L.F, just a small tapered brush. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna go into is Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette, and the shade that I'm going to be using is Penny. This is the closest coral shade, I would say. But I think coral's a great color for the new year. I feel like 2018 was a hot mess. And, you know, coral is bright and it's just lively. And I feel like that's perfect for this year. Because I want to be bright and lively and, you know, live my life, like I said, guys. So I'm just going in with a Morphe brush, as you can see it. It's already got that coat on. Alright, and we're just gonna go ahead and coat the whole lid. Now usually I do use a transition shade, but since I'm just doing all one color on my lid, I just feel like I already put concealer on, we're good. You just kind of want to go ahead and brush it all over your lid. And it does seem like color is coming in for this year. I've seen so many palettes with like such bright, pretty colors, and I'm excited. Let's be bright and colorful, guys. Alright. Now I think this is like the perfect color to go date night, out with friends. You know, whatever, just have fun with makeup. Just do it. You only live once, so why not? Don't be afraid what other people are going to say. Screw them. So I'm going in on the other lid. I really like the Kylie Cosmetic eyeshadows. They're very pigmented, they're very soft, they last, it's not chalky. So I like to do more of the color like right on my lid, and then once I get up more like right where my inner crease is, I kind of want to like go soft and just kind of blend that out so it doesn't look like I have like a... And eyeshadows too, once you're going up, like after you're in your inner crease, you're going up, just try to do it kind of lightly. You don't want to like grab it, dip in the color, and then go at your eye, because then it's just going to be all clumped in one little pocket and it's just hard to blend out, and we don't got time for that. We don't got time. Hey. Alright, so I went ahead, there's my eyeshadow. I like the color. Like I said, coral will be coming for you in the new year. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. The mascara that I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I would say this mascara definitely gets the job done. What I like to do is just make sure I get all my lashes first coated, and then I like to work, baby. I like to work in the lashes and just go through them to make them more fluffy, more volume. And then if you have trouble getting in like the end of your eye, trick that I was taught was this eye looks at this shoulder, this eye looks at that one. So this one I'm going to look here so I can get right up in there. Okay, I'm going to go on the other eye. Again, just coating it. Coat it first and then build it up. Alrighty, boom, we are done with the mascara for this side. So I'm going to go back in with that same shade Penny, and I'm going to just, excuse me, have another little Morphe brush, but I'm going to just go ahead and run that under my lash line, same color that I just, it definitely just gives your eye like a pop, like feels more complete when your shadows just, I really feel like this shade would look beautiful on any skin tone. Dig in the coral. Alright, so we have the eyes now, the shadow. Alright, then I'm going to go back in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and just coat those bottom lashes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and do bronzer. The bronzer that I'm using right now is by TheBalm. It's called Bahama Mama. And the brush that I am using to contour my face is, I think it's called Firma, and it's number 103. And when you start your contour, a lot of people don't know where to start on their cheekbone, but you can also start right where your little, I don't know what this is called, but this part on your ear. And it's kind of just like a nice little guideway for your bronzer. Now even if you have, like right now as you can see, it looks like just a line straight down. But once you get it all done, go in with the Beauty Blender and blend it all out and it'll look just fine. Another trick, if you're having trouble finding where to do it, suck in and you'll see where your cheekbone is. Okay, now from here, what I like to do is I like to go up where my temples are. I like to go in with the bronzer and just kind of, you know, I do a good, I got like looks like I have a 5 head. Just kind of go, and I like to, you know, kind of make it look like I don't have such a big forehead. Make sure that when you do your bronzer, you're going into your hairline. I have a lot of like little baby hairs, and my hair is like, you know, doesn't have as much hair, so it's like, I have to hide my bald spots already. And then I also like to take my bronzer, and I like to go just right on the jawline and down. This also makes, let me do it with my hand. This makes, you know, kind of makes your jawline snatched, hides that double chin effect, and then just goes straight across up to here and then down. Alright, so I have a nice coverage of my bronzer, and then I'm going to go in with a Luxie brush. It's a small shader brush in, it's number 245. And I'm just using this to contour my nose, and I just kind of want to start where I can, like I can already see that like here it starts to go down, so I kind of just want to make a path for myself. So it might look a little crazy right this second, but once I blend, it's going to look a lot better. And then I'm also going to do right underneath my nose, and it'll make my nose look a little lifted. I'm actually just going to go back in with the foundation brush I used and just kind of press it in, making any harsh lines. You can also use a beauty blender doing this. Sometimes it's easier, but you know, I like to switch it up and see what I like. Right, so my nose is feeling a little more snatched. The next thing I'm gonna go in with the Morphe highlighter. This is a high impact highlighter and it is in shade Spark. I really like this highlighter. Sometimes, you know, like you want that big bam glowing from the gods, and sometimes you just want a little sparkle. And this one I feel like is the perfect everyday. You know, it's not too heavy, it's just a nice little sheen. Alright, and then also with the highlighter, I like to kind of press it with the brush instead of like swiping through it. So what I like to do is I kind of just like to press right on the highlights of my cheek, and then I also just kind of tap right where my brow is, and then just like the top little parts of my face. I also like to go in with the highlight, get it right on the bridge of my nose. So this kind of helps just to make it more like, I have a straight nose. Alright, how are we feeling about that? How are we feeling? I'm feeling good. Okay. So, to go in. Like I said, you can use a beauty blender. I'm just kind of going in and blending things out so it doesn't look too harsh. I'm going to line my lips. I actually got it off of Wish, the Wish app, and I got like a whole set. It was like maybe 8 to 10 different shades. The brand, Davis Cosmetic Company, and this is number 27. So it's kind of like a nice new pinkish shade. So I'm just gonna go in and line these bad boys up. Alright, so once our okay, so once our lips are lined, what I like to do is I like to use chapstick. This one is the EOS, and I just like, I like to give my lips a little bit of moisture. Is that right? Anyways, so I'm going in with Joseph Colors. This is part of the Joseph Dizzy X Katie, and the shade that I'm going to be using is Hey Girl. I'm going to also go in with, again, Joseph Colors Gloss. This is called Over the Top, also part of Desi X Katie. I love this gloss. It's so pretty. There's gold X in it. And it goes, you can just wear it over the top by itself. It looks great. So there we go. We got lips popping. I'm actually going to go back in with the bronzer and the small shader brush, and to just kind of accent the little, right in between the cupid's bow, just to kind of accentuate that. And a little trick, I also like to go right where your lips, at the very bottom. And I like to take bronzer and just go under there, and I feel like it gives me a nice little poof of my lips. See, my lips look 10 times bigger than me. Last but not least, I'm going to be going in with my OFRA Cosmetics blush. I like this color because it's a nice bronzy, not too pink, and kind of just blends in with this look. What you want to do is smile. But you want to get the apples of your cheeks and just kind of blend it in. Now don't be afraid with blush, because blush is the first thing to go with your makeup. For some reason blush just decides to leave. I'm going to go ahead and beauty blender and just kind of, oops, don't push on your face up hard. I kind of like just blend it out. You know, it kind of just completes the look. Alrighty, so that is it for the look. We are feeling coral. We are ready for this vibe for this year, 2019. I am here for you. Yes. I always tell when I'm like really feeling my makeup, because I start busting out and dance, and I'm just feeling good. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope that you loved it. I hope you learned something. If not, sorry. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget, if you have not, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And I hope to see you next time. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, please comment down below, and I will get back to you. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you later.